welcome back to the Midnight Oil. This, I believe, is episode 4.
I believe so.
Getting into the big numbers now.
Almost number 5, which is halfway to double digits.
Yeah. Very close to episode 10. So I guess we should maybe kick this episode off with something that's not the same old.
That's right. We have something special today.
We have a beverage.
Something I've never seen before.
Is it a beverage? Could this be classified as a beverage?
I would probably categorize it as like a controlled substance.
It's in a pet bottle. If you've never been to Japan, that might sound kind of a weird name to refer to a plastic bottle.
You might be thinking it's one of those things hamsters drink out of. With
some people do keep pets in them, I think.
In pet bottles?
Yeah, they might drop a spider in there, or cockroaches in there or something.
That makes sense.
Just blend up their dog and put whatever to a pet bottle. Keep their ashes of their deceased pets in there. Recently, someone told me, a Japanese person, what pet bottle meant. I never looked it up, and I immediately forgot what it meant. So
it stands for like the type of plastic it uses.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the chemical composition or something.
Right. Yes.
Alex is now furiously searching.
Polyethylene
blah blah blah. Terephthalate.
PHTHALATE.
Basically, someone dropped a handful of Scrabble tiles and then came up with this.
Yeah, it looks like someone vomited Scrabble tiles. Polyethylene terephthalate.
It's like a word you say when you wake up in the middle of the night.
David's having a fever dream again. Yeah. So yeah, plastic bottles are called pet bottles here.
Pet bottles.
Yes.
Yeah. And a famous energy drink is called Pocari Sweat. Right.
That's right.
So in Japan, you can literally drink sweat out of a pet bottle.
Probably from the view of like the average American, like the most famous Japanese drinks are probably Pocari Sweat, because it's such a like bizarre name.
Yeah.
Also, Calpis.
Calpis.
Yes, yeah. Because of how it sounds.
Yep.
You know.
They certainly have a talent of naming energy drinks.
Yes.
We have Aquarius.
Aquarius sounds
nothing to do with the sauce.
Fine, yeah. It sounds like something you could buy in America. Aquarius.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that name obviously has travelled overseas.
Yeah, or they're like really into the zodiac.
The guy's like, Calpis, and the Aquarius guy's like, you need to leave Japan. Maybe study foreign languages just for like one day. No, not to call a drink Calpis. Yeah. We can confirm it doesn't really taste like Calpis, though. Not that I drink Calpis, but I guess Calpis is milk, which it doesn't really drink. It's piss milk. It's the slang word for milk in England, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I'll trust you on that one. To slightly change the subject, like a minute ago you mentioned like keeping like animals in a bottle, and
not that I do that, by the way,
right.
Just to confirm to listeners.
It just like made me remember something one of my students told me once. This like really sweet old lady who like just in the course of our conversation, she said, "Oh, by the way, see this keychain?" And she like held up like her house keys or something with a little keychain on it, with a little like a vial that was attached to the keychain. And she said, "Oh yeah, I keep my deceased cat's tailbone in here." And I'm like, "What?" You do what? Have you heard of anything like that before?
I have actually, yeah. So I was following a YouTube called Tabby Eats. These two guys living in Tokyo, and they make a lot of videos about food and eating out. But their dog, who was like the third YouTube host, I guess, passed away, died. And they released like a very emotional video about it. And then a couple of weeks later, they were like, "Oh, we're walking him around Tokyo." I was like, "What do you mean?" Nobody watching this. And what he had on his keys was like this little like plastic, like a capsule thing. And he said some of the ashes from the dog were in there. So he was like, "We're taking him for a walk."
Yeah.
So I have heard similar things.
It's very similar to my experience. But my first thought, though, like after I was shown that little vial, was like first reaction is like, "Oh, that's kind of morbid." Second reaction is, "Oh, that's very like heartfelt," you know.
It's very Japanese.
Yeah. My third thought was like, what if you lost your keys? Or what if like it like broke and fell off your keychain, like when you're out and about somewhere? Would that not be like totally devastating to you?
Dogs have many bones. I'm sure she's got other ones at home.
Okay. Okay.
That was not my first thought. When you were saying it, my first thought was, why the tailbone?
Right.
Why not the cheekbone? Or I guess it's the shape, right? The long bone.
And that makes sense. It can easily fit into the vial.
Capsule thing.
It's really tiny too. I guess she's got backups.
I'd had backups in this situation. We didn't even say what the beverage was that we were describing. I guess we went off on a tangent there.
A huge detour there.
Pet bottle into dead animal capsules. Okay, so going back.
So yeah, you found a spicy. What is this? Like a soda?
I guess any viewers of our older YouTube channel, Campfire Guys, would probably be aware that we both have kind of a talent for locating spicy things or very weird food and drink items. I found this in 7-Eleven, and I literally just walked past the energy drink section, and this like Gekikara kanji just shot out of the fridge. And so I looked at it closer, and basically it's a super spicy, like fizzy drink, from what I can ascertain from looking at the label.
Okay, yeah.
But even looking at all this, I can't still kind of understand what this is, to be honest. So.
For context, Gekikara means like really spicy or like insanely spicy.
Ridiculously spicy.
Yeah, it's kind of a buzzword these days for marketing like spicy food.
The name of it is Gekikara Dodekamin. So I'm guessing Dodekamin is the usual drink.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's like a vitamin drink.
Okay.
It's like, I don't think it has caffeine in it, but it has other vitamins to give you like an energy boost.
It's the color of a Lucasade.
Yeah, that's the typical color of that vitamin drink. So it kind of tastes like Red Bull.
Okay.
Like that kind of thing.
Okay. But it's in like a Coke bottle, not a can.
Right. I think it's sometimes sold in a plastic bottle like that. Okay. The standard one. But those drinks are, I think they're meant to be like something to help you, like, I don't know, like add a pep to your step. Like when you're really worn out during the day. But it's not caffeine. It's like other vitamins.
It says burning spiciness, chili flavor, crazy spicy in Japanese.
Okay, well, we've been warned.
So it's a togarashi, a chili flavor version of that energy drink you're talking about.
I'm kind of curious. Yeah. Like sometimes I do get in the mood for like an energy drink kind of flavor.
Yeah.
Though these days, the amount of caffeine that they put in that shit, it's way too much for me.
I guess Monster have caffeine-free ones, don't they? And Red Bull, maybe.
Yeah. Wait. No, they do sugar-free.
Sugar-free,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm partial to a monster mango. Yeah, like
Monster
mango
mango.
madness. It's got like
Ooh.
a Mexican cult, like Danny Trejo skull on it. So certainly packaging works sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had Full Throttle?
Full Throttle, no.
So I've never seen it in Japan, and I don't know if they have it in the UK, but it's basically Coca-Cola's version of like Rockstar. And in my opinion, it tastes the best out of all of them.
Mm.
And their like can design, it's very like,
Full Throttle.
I don't know, like Hell's Angels biker. It's like an all black can, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's like a Leonard Skinner logo.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool logo.
It's the best. I love that one. It's been around forever.
I can imagine feeling full throttle after you drink that, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big ass can as well. There's a fucking huge can.
About that size? Yeah.
Nice.
Like the same strength as Red Bull. So I used to drink these like every day at university. Yeah.
We actually have a watermelon cola flavor Monster come out here recently. I think that's the newest flavor of Monster I had.
Wow. Well, look at this one. It's called Full Throttle Bad Mother.
Bad mother. Nature is one bad mother.
Have you had an energy drink recently?
Only the watermelon one, and Red Bull released like a mango pineapple Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In like a very small can.
Mm.
Pretty good. Yep.
For me, it's been forever. Like maybe close to 10 years.
I drink them sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if I have a hangover and like a long work day, I was like, how am I going to get through?
Yeah. I love them. I really do. Just they tend to prevent me from sleeping for a while.
Sounds like you overdid it at university as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Should we pop this open?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm curious.
Bit of sound effect magic. I don't know if it smells spicy, to be honest. It just smells like a regular fizzy drink to me.
Yeah, it smells like Red Bull or something of the sort.
And just pouring it out. How much would you like? Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I'll take about that much. Thank you.
There you go. Speaking of Calpis, look at that colour.
Look at that color. Looks like...
Not milk.
Looks like the piss of someone who drank way too much Mountain Dew.
Looks like you are really unhealthy, if that's what your pee comes out like.
Yeah.
All right. Going in.
Bottoms up.
Kanpai.
That is so weird. Because that's so weird. It tastes like an energy drink.
For like 1 second.
But it's spicy.
So, yeah, it literally tasted like just a regular energy drink for me. Like a couple of seconds. And then just like heat in the back of my throat.
Right, yeah. It's like someone's turning a dial from like sweet, like vitamin flavor to like spicy, like gradually turning it.
What is the market for this drink? Who's the target person? Me and you?
People who love to buy like gimmicky shit.
Yeah. Of which there are many in Japan. So.
Yeah.
This is actually, it's like drinking it's like drinking hot sauce mixed with an energy drink.
Basically, yeah. You know, I was trying to think like, have I ever had a spicy drink before? But I have. You used to make me Bloody Marys.
You have, because I fucking made it.
With Tabasco.
More than that.
More than Tabasco?
I made a Carolina Reaper infused vodka.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And I made a habanero infused shochu that didn't taste spicy like at all, which was very disappointing.
This though.
This is spicy though. This does have a bit of heat to it.
It's a good balance though.
I think my Carolina Reaper vodka was quite a lot hotter than this. So.
Yeah, it was. Though, can you imagine like drinking this?
This is giving me like chest burn, to be honest.
At work?
No.
Like, what is the ideal situation for this?
Right now. What we're doing. YouTuber.
Okay. Yeah.
Podcaster. Do you think you can make a cocktail out of this?
Hell yeah, you can, dude. They have cocktails for like Red Bull, right?
Yeah, right. Like a vodka Red Bull, but has a bit of spice to it.
Yeah. And Fireball is popular, right? Like this spicy cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think if they were smart, they would market this towards like bars to make like unique cocktails. You know?
Yeah.
Because their reliance on people buying it for the gimmick, I think, is going to wear off. But if you can establish some kind of like staple bar drink, then, you know.
Yeah. Just
I have
checking
to
the
say,
name.
like, it's...
Again,
I
the
like
name. The name is Moeru Karasa de Genki Bakahatsu.
Moeru Karasa, like
Burning heat.
burning heat.
Burnable heat.
Burning heat, like smoldering maybe.
Genki Bakahatsu. Happy explosion. I consider that was something else. A happy explosion. Not drinking. Burning energy drinks. Okay. I certainly do feel a little bit of a Bakahatsu in my chest right now, though. So.
It's not hitting my chest yet. Right now, it's still in my mouth. But.
Well, shall we go on to a few things I saw this week?
Sure.
I think we're going to look at a few photos I came across.
Yeah.
The first one actually was a article, again in the Mainichi News.
Let's pull up the context.
Let's pull up the content.
Was it this one?
Nope. Right, it's done in reverse order, so we need to go down.
All right. Bear with us. Here.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, so I came across this article in the Mainichi. It says Japan convenience store Lawson's Flavor of Nothingness candy, a social media hit. Have you heard about this?
No. And I'm looking at the photo as well, and I haven't even seen this.
No.
I haven't been to Lawson in a while, actually.
Okay. So Lawson is a big convenience store in Japan. And apparently they are selling flavorless candy. Actually, it's called Aji no Shinai.
With a big old question mark.
So can you guess why they are selling this flavorless candy? There's actually a reason behind this.
Without digging into the article.
The article is here, so it will be revealed.
If I were to just take a stab in the dark, maybe like 99.9% of them are flavorless, but then like that 0.1% has a flavor, and if you find the flavored one, you get like a reward or a prize or something.
That's like a way better reason to do it than the actual reason.
Because I know in America they do stuff like that.
Like a nationwide Russian roulette or something.
Yeah.
That is not the reason, no.
Okay.
It's due to like masking complaints.
I'm sorry?
People who wear masks and then chew gum at the same time. Apparently it's a problem.
People who wear masks
while chewing gum.
While chewing gum.
Regular gum.
Is that a problem?
Apparently. Not for me.
Like, a problem for who?
For the person.
For the
chewing
person.
the mask. Chewing the mask. Chewing the gum. Yeah.
The person chewing the gum? Oh, like as their jaw moves, the mask comes down?
Nope.
Then I have no idea.
Should we read it?
Sure.
I mean, I don't even wear a mask, so I'll just tell you. But
right.
I think I have worn a mask while chewing gum. I had no issue with it, like regular gum.
I have too, and my issue was
the mask
it kept like falling below my nose.
Well, most people's masks in Japan are the wrong size.
Though I have like a really big jaw, so I have that problem either way. Just
right.
if I open my mouth to talk, the mask comes down.
I think we need to go down a little more in the article. There it is. So Lawson says the number of people who buy cough drops as a dry mouth remedy, I thought it was gum, okay, when cough drops, when wearing masks increased during the pandemic. However, some consumers said that they don't like to eat sweet candy all the time, and others that mint drops make their eyes sting when wearing a mask.
I kind of like that feeling. That stingy feeling.
The comments apparently sparked Lawson's idea for a tasteless candy. When the drops went on general sale on July 11th, they caught fire on social media due to its unique mouthfeel. A person who tried the candy called it the latest mysterious entertainment.
Okay.
I suggest you find other entertainment. While another described it as truly a candy that tasted of nothingness. And the way that's written is like that's a good thing, right? Truly a candy. The final sentence in this article made me laugh out loud. I'll read it.
On this page?
Yeah. We hope.
We hope that the tasteless product will help enrich people's lives with nothingness. Okay.
Is that the most like nihilistic sentence you've ever seen?
Yeah. So
what I dream of is things that taste of nothingness. They really enrich my life.
I mean, I guess in a world where like half the population has lost their sense of taste. And, I guess I have two thoughts on this. The first one, it seems that this is being marketed towards people who get like dry mouth from wearing a mask. Is that right?
I think it's people who get whose eyes sting from mint drops when wearing a mask. And that's what it says. They want a neutral flavour so the menthol doesn't like go up the mask into the eyes. Because I think it means they're breathing and like the menthol breath goes directly into the eyes.
I see. That is the most like first world problem I've ever heard in my life.
It is, yeah. My instant reaction was, well, why don't you just take off the mask?
Holy moly.
Eating the thing. How long does it take you to eat a mint drop as well? Like, are you that nervous you're going to get corona in like the 30 seconds it takes you to...
Or just, if
drop?
it really bothers you, just don't eat mint drops. And
just don't do the combination. Don't wear a fucking mask or don't eat the mint drops together. I don't know.
So the other thing I thought was interesting is that one person they interviewed in the article said it has a very unique mouthfeel. Now, that could be like a really interesting like avenue to explore for like gum alternatives, you know? Because
gum alternatives,
like people chew gum, of course, like for flavor, but also like the mouthfeel, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if they started developing like other unique mouthfeel, like candies or like what would you even call it? Like gum-like things.
I feel like we have enough of those already, though. Right?
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
What, just for like a novelty thing?
Right. I mean, this is kind of a novelty thing too, right?
Sure. But is it? I mean, it's dealing with a serious psychological problem that some people have.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, if any of our listeners are in Japan, please give it a try. If it does enrich your life, please let us know. You can let us know on social media, under the YouTube. Yeah, that's
right.
about all I have to say on this. So,
and yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If it tastes like nothing, don't comment.
If anyone has tried it, does it really taste of nothing? What does nothing taste like? Nothing tastes like nothing, so it tastes like something, right? That's a riddle for you.
This is the nihilist candy, for sure.
The nihilist candy.
All right.
It's a great band name as well, the nihilist candy.
It is.
So, crossing the vast expanse of water we have between Japan and the United States, let's go somewhere where equally mental things happen. You're a Florida man. Hope I can say that.
Did you find a Florida man article?
I found a Texas woman.
Interesting. Okay.
Texas woman.
I like it.
Is Florida man married to Texas woman? That'd be a good double act.
I think Florida man keeps it in the family.
Florida woman.
No.
Florida daughter. Like that.
Florida cousin. You know.
Getting incestuous here. I like it.
Okay.
What would happen if Florida man got with Tokyo woman?
If Florida man got with Tokyo woman,
In their, not procreating. I mean their crime, the crimes they commit. So.
What is the stereotype of Tokyo woman?
Lady with loads of cats or something. I don't know. Like a shut-in or a rich housewife.
It would be
like a Sex and the City person, wouldn't it? It'd be like a rich housewife or something. Like going to Ginza, getting sushi on the husband's wage. I mean, that's one stereotypical Tokyo woman.
Or someone who just spends all their time in their one-room apartment with their cats.
Sure.
Yeah. Some kind of online scam, I guess.
Binge drinking.
Yeah. It would be an online scam.
The thing is, Tokyo is such a big city. They have multiple stereotypical Tokyo women, one for each wage level or something.
One for each pay grade.
I'm thinking Texas woman, there's only one kind, right?
Yeah.
So in the West, we keep it simple. We have one stereotype based on each place. Anyway, do you want to read the headline?
Sure. Posted, well, it doesn't have the date, but it just says 1 day ago.
More than 1 day ago, so just so you know. We're not that fast getting the podcast out.
Texas woman injured after hawk drops snake on her. So I scroll down and at first I only see her face. I scroll down more and more of her body comes into view, and then it just shows her with a pink cast on her arm giving a thumbs up.
It's a big smile. Yeah, I did good.
All right, so okay, this is from the BBC News. Thank you, BBC.
Doing the hard work so we don't have to.
A Texas woman was attacked by a hawk and a snake at the same time after the bird, which eats snakes, accidentally dropped the wriggling serpent on her.
Nice prose. You can tell they went to college, the person who wrote this. Thanks, Max Mazda.
Okay, so Peggy Jones, 64. Peggy Jones, that's such a Twin Peaks name.
Yeah.
Peggy Jones, 64, was mowing her lawn last month when a passing hawk dropped a snake on her before swooping down to angrily try to reclaim its meal. The snake wrapped itself around her arm and began striking her face as the bird sunk its talons deep into her flesh. The terrifying ordeal left her with cuts and bruising to her arm and face. Okay. The bizarre incident took place on July 25th in the town of Silsbee, Texas, near the Louisiana border. It began after a snake suddenly fell out of the sky and landed on her. Before she could remove it, the hawk began to attack. And there's a quote here. As I was trying to sling my arm and sling the snake off, the snake wrapped around my arm, she told CBS News, the BBC's US partner. Yeah, that's insane.
Actually said as well that the snake was striking at her glasses a couple of times.
That is... like, what the hell, dude?
There's another picture of her, like, proudly pointing out just a field where this happened. So, she's obviously very proud of this incident. With a different colour cast on. So, because she's had a couple.
Oh, conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first picture, she has a pink cast. This one is green.
Green. And in the second picture, she's wearing a pink t-shirt.
So, from this article... what I get from this is that for Florida man, in the case of Florida man, Florida man does crazy shit to society or other people.
Yeah.
For Texas woman, crazy shit happens to her.
Right.
So it's kind of the inverse of Florida man. Right?
I guess Florida man would like fall from the sky and then land onto Texas woman.
Right, yeah.
And then just a massive explosion would happen.
Yeah. So Florida man is kind of the giver in
is
this.
Florida man the hawk or the snake?
Oh, both.
Both.
Yeah.
I guess he can like have like dual bodies. He has multiple like cloned bodies. Florida man. He can be in two places at the same time.
Yeah, so Texas woman is the unfortunate recipient of something insane, whereas Florida man is like a cocktail of every known drug injected into your veins.
How would you react if this happened to you?
It would be way too surreal. It probably wouldn't even like kick in as reality for.
You
like,
probably have like a
while.
natural instinct just to like get the fucker off you, right?
Yeah, just to like flail. Yeah,
and then like a minute after you'd be like, "What the hell just happened?" Kind of thing.
Right.
Like blood like shooting out of your face or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I have a question. What do you think is more likely? A lightning strike directly like to your body?
Through the top of your head or something?
Yeah. Or this situation?
They're both very unlikely.
Yeah.
And they're kind of the same thing, aren't they?
Like God spitting on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're more likely to die from the lightning strike, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Well, it depends on like if the snake
if
is
you're wearing
poisonous.
rubber-soled shoes at the time or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Conduct that electricity. I don't think the shoe choice helped you in this situation, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
But at least you got those like little pointy like knives that shoot out of shoes, like Danny Trejo's got something like that.
I think if this were to happen to Danny Trejo, he'd notice it like before it even landed on him.
Yeah.
And like shoot it out of the sky.
Probably. Yeah. The next thing we have is
What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
So recently, we have been discussing go-go curry with another friend.
Oh, I love
Japan.
go-go curry, yeah.
Go-go curry, for our listeners, is a popular Japanese curry chain that only exists in big cities. And their logo is of a like gorilla, like King Kong gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a rather interesting menu item. If you want to see what it looks like, please search for their Japanese menu, or you can type in the name of the dish. It's called Gori Emon Curry. So go RIEMON curry.
Goriemon.
Like Gorilla Mon or something.
Yeah, it's like a play on like other like Japanese names like Goemon or something. Yeah. But like gorilla, like gorilla, and Goriemon.
Alex, would you like to describe what this dish looks like?
Yes. So
And
is
this problematic as well?
So basically what we're looking at here is a picture of this this curry rice set, and it's a very dark curry. Like, I would describe it as off black.
Yeah.
With, like a side salad, some eggs, like a little shrimp tempura there, and 2 hot dogs. But they are arranged in a way that looks like an extremely racist depiction of like a Hawaiian person from the 1800s.
Which is exactly what I thought when I saw it. Not a gorilla, even though the restaurant's logo is a gorilla.
This is not a gorilla.
I didn't even realize that while looking at it.
This is a racist depiction of like a Pacific Islander.
I was like, this shop made a racist curry. And then, wait, I get it. Okay, their logo is a gorilla.
Oh my goodness, this is no gorilla. They could have done way better than this.
Gorillas don't have green hair. The cabbage is acting as the green. And because they're using sausages, hot dogs, it's got like really thick lips.
Right, it has hot dog lips, jet black skin for the face from the curry, and the eyes are
wine eyes, egg yolks,
like 2 hard-boiled eggs cut in half.
Yeah.
And then the nose, or the bridge of the nose, is like the fried shrimp.
Yeah.
Tempura.
And it even has a leek slice.
Oh yeah.
To suggest like the jutting out part of the nose.
Yeah.
As well.
And for the hair, it's just like shredded lettuce.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
So, it does come with a drink though.
Sometimes I think
Free
Japan
drink.
just has no like concept of like what is considered like
racist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I was walking around where we live and I just saw this Japanese dude wearing a poncho, a sombrero, and like a massive like stick-on mustache as well. Because he just opened his own like taco shop. You'd probably be arrested for that in the US, right? If you did that, I think, as a non-Mexican person.
Yeah. Another example is like, I don't know if this is only in Japan or if it's like a common term. I really don't know. But if you go into like any music shop in Japan, like the section with like the jazz and the blues, it'll be labeled as just black music. Have you noticed that?
I've not seen that.
Is that a term that's actually used like in other places?
Would it be African American music, or would that be the name?
No, I think you would normally just call it like the genre that it is.
Well, sure, yeah.
Right?
But we do say like Brit pop or I guess like French.
Oh, right, yeah. So I don't know if it's an actual term or not.
I mean, there are genres that are signed to countries, right? Like Latin rock or something, or Latin American music. Or
yeah. Or another example, you can go into some like cafes around Japan that kind of have like a retro aesthetic to it, and they'll often have like kind of like really questionable like depictions of like black people. It looks like something that was made like despairingly in like the early 1900s or like late 1800s.
Yeah.
But they're just proudly on display in these cafes. Like, isn't it so cute? Like, they're completely oblivious to like the.
So in that way, it's kind of an innocent.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's definitely alarming for people who like understand it though.
Didn't grow up in Japan. Yeah.
Right. Like, for example, the concept of like blackface.
Yeah.
I don't even think, does that even exist here as something that's considered like taboo?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think so. Because there's no like historical context for it.
You have Jew face now as well. Junos.
Yeah, but again, not here, right?
No. Anyway, I just thought I'd show that to you.
Yeah, that's insane.
Just in case you go to Go Curry, you know what to order.
That is insane. I'm surprised this hasn't like gone viral on the internet yet.
Can be arranged. Yeah, we have that power.
Yeah. But yeah, if you'd like it, it comes with a drink.
Comes with a drink, and it is okay for takeout.
Yes.
So if you want to eat it, behind closed doors in the privacy of your own home, I'm sure they will wrap it up for you, and you can enjoy.
Yep.
The Gorenaman curry. And I have one final thing. So the other day I was wandering around the Japanese arcade. I came across this.
Okay, I've seen this before.
Okay.
I don't know what this is from.
This was in a UFO catcher machine. The handle comes down, you have to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a monster called Poppy Playtime.
Yeah, I have seen these around recently in like the past year.
I guess it kind of reminded me of like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah, but
or that Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, but I don't know the origin story or the lore of this at all. Like, is this a game or is it just basically just like a messed up Sanrio character? Or
shows how much research I did for this, because I did not even search what Poppy Playtime is. Do you want to describe what this looks like to our audio listeners?
Yeah, it looks like, well, it has a humanoid shape to it.
It's kind of got like a heart-shaped head.
Yeah. So
its
limbs are like very thin and lanky.
Abnormally long limbs.
And it's covered in fur like a teddy bear.
Yep.
And then, like you said, the head is heart-shaped. But then it has like a huge, menacing, like open mouth with sharp teeth. And like bright red lips. So it looks like it's smiling, but also about to eat you.
Very, very like crazy teeth, like killer clowns from outer space. Teeth.
Yeah.
Big eyelashes. And there's a blue boy one and a pink girl one, I'm guessing.
It looks like a nightmarish take on a like children's stuffed animal.
Kind of reminds me a bit of the female gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Okay, yeah, I can see
with
it.
The big lips and everything.
Yeah.
But the male one also has big red lips. The only difference between them is the female one has eyelashes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah.
And she's pink.
Yeah. And a little bow tie, too.
And her name is called... the boy's called Huggy Wuggy.
Huggy Wuggy.
And the lady's called Kissy Missy. Would you like a hug from Huggy Wuggy or a kiss from Kissy Missy, Alex? I'll give you one choice.
That's a tough one. David, you better be a good boy or Kissy Missy's going to come visit you.
That is extremely terrifying, yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
It looks like more like a thing that would be in the US than in Japan to me.
Yeah. It's hard to it's hard to judge what'll become popular here, because people tend to like really cute things in general in Japan. Those sometimes like insanely like ugly stuff can be considered cute.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And then that stuff will become popular.
Yeah. So
but it's like all under the umbrella of cute.
Mm-hmm. The word cute is very far-reaching in Japan.
Yeah.
So you're going to run down to the arcade tomorrow and get yourself one?
I might pick up a couple.
It's quite big as well. It's like 4 or 5 feet tall.
Whoa, really?
It was like that big.
Jesus, really? That's massive.
A few feet, yeah.
I was imagining something like a few inches.
No. It's like child size.
Dude, imagine like having a newborn kid and like taking photos of it next to this thing. And, like keeping it until the kid like grows up. Like, oh, by the way, I took some baby photos of it.
Don't give me ideas. Yeah.
and like it's like, that's why I'm in therapy now.
Okay, well, that's all I've got for you. So, hope you enjoyed my dark internet forays and things that I noticed around town. Do you have anything this week?
Yeah. This is kind of like big news. It's being reported on like kind of around the world, I guess.
Going serious.
Yeah. So it has been decided by the Japanese government that the radioactive wastewater from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant will begin its process of being released into the Pacific Ocean from this week, actually, from the week that we're recording this.
Well, the headline says in 48 hours, and this was 4 days ago.
Right,
so
yes. Yeah.
That water is in that sea right now, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah. So this...
Enjoy your sushi, Alex, this week.
Right, yeah.
Your 3-headed sushi. Yeah.
So they had been, like, kind of hinting that this process would start for a while now, which has sparked like a lot of pushback from China and Korea and like neighboring countries, you know, because there's such a stigma around you know, radioactive, you know, materials, right?
Yeah.
And nuclear power in general from, you know,
Chernobyl.
Right. Considering our history up to this point.
Yeah. Not sure China should be lecturing anyone about releasing dangerous materials, to be honest, should they? Yeah.
Well, right. So the Japanese government is assuring, or they're trying to assure everyone that the radioactive wastewater has been diluted to a certain point where it's not able to cause like significant hazards to human health. Though that said, many people in Japan too, I'm sure, are concerned that by releasing this water into the Pacific Ocean, it'll, you know, contaminate all the fish that we eat, right? And I've seen several stories like around the internet, like some Chinese restaurants have stated, I think it was in Hong Kong, they said they'd be raising the price of their sushi because they no longer import from Japan. They have to find from other places because of like this.
They're refusing to import seafood from Japan?
Yeah. Because of this.
Okay.
At least for now. And there have been like protests and demonstrations in Korea and China over like trying to get Japan to stop this from happening.
Yeah.
And another article I saw yesterday was apparently the Japanese embassy released a statement saying like, because of what's going on, if you're traveling in China, try not to speak Japanese too loudly in public spaces. You know, to avoid becoming a target of, you know.
I mean, that was already a thing for a while, to be honest. So this has just exacerbated that anti-Japanese sentiment, I guess.
Right. So, it's a very controversial issue.
It's hard to comment on stuff like this without actually knowing like the actual precise science.
Right,
I think.
I mean, like, for me, I don't have an opinion either way.
No, I don't know the science enough on it.
Right. So,
I mean, we just all know that radiation is bad, but our smartphones emit radiation. So what is the...
Right.
And microwaves do, right? So
every time we take a flight on an airplane, we get exposure to radiation.
From the sun, right? We've been hit by radiation, so...
And the sun as well, yeah. From the X-ray you get at the dental clinic, you get exposed to radiation.
And then how much of this is going to go in the seafood, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So this is an article from BBC, so just to read a little bit of it. Japan will start releasing treated radioactive water from the tsunami-hit Fukushima nuclear power plant into the Pacific Ocean on Thursday, despite opposition from its neighbors. The decision comes weeks after the UN's nuclear watchdog approved the plan. Some 1.34 million tons of water, enough to fill 500 Olympic-size swimming pools, have accumulated since the 2011 tsunami destroyed the plant. So, for context, it's enough water to fill up 500 Olympic swimming pools. So, that's quite a bit. And the next line is important, I think.
Not in the ocean, right?
What's that?
If you put that amount of water in the ocean, that's like a tiny...
Right. Yeah. The water will be released over 30 years after being filtered and diluted. So basically what it's saying is, like, while the process has officially started, they're doing it over a period of 30 years. And of course, again, like, it's being filtered and diluted to make it safer. So it kind of goes with what the government's saying, that, it's nothing to be concerned about. Yeah.
That shit is coming up, man.
For those who don't remember, or I don't know if possibly we have listeners,
7-year-old listener or something,
someone who wasn't alive or
living under a rock, right? Literally. Yeah.
In 2011, there was a really strong earthquake that hit northern Japan, which triggered a tsunami at the same time, which caused like insane damage to a lot of the coastal towns and cities in that area of Japan. And one of the victims of that tsunami was the nuclear power plant in the area, which ended up leaking and causing a radiation leak. So the entire area around that power plant has been evacuated and off limits since that occurred.
If you want to see a good video about that area, there's a show called Dark Tourism on Netflix, and he goes to all these places where disasters happened, or Suicide Forest in Tokyo, and he goes to that area. They go on a tour, and the Japanese government had a radiation level that they said was in that area, but the people on the bus actually have radiation meters on them. And in one place it goes way above what the government says the level is.
Right. I remember when this was all first happening, there were some people posting on YouTube videos of them with their what do you call it, Geiger counter?
Geiger counter, yeah. Something like that.
Going around Tokyo finding huge spikes in radioactivity, which was much higher than what the government was reporting.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the reasons why some people have skepticism of what the government is saying now.
Yeah.
Because in the past, they weren't completely honest about the levels.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So, again, I don't know how to feel about this.
Are you concerned about it?
Not really.
I'm not really. I just feel like there are so many things that can get us in the world. It's just another one to add to the list for me.
I mean, I tend to sway on the side of people being generally good, and including government.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, they're doing what's best for the people.
Also, I've been to Malaysia and I've seen what they put in the sea. So at the beach, it's probably no worse than this.
Yeah. So
like most of the pollution in the sea, I think it's like 99% comes from like 5 rivers in the world.
Really?
Yeah,
that's insane.
They're incredibly dirty rivers, like the Yangtze River in China, which is incredibly polluted.
Yeah,
where like everything's died in it, basically, and that goes straight into the sea.
So it's like an artery of death.
People in like the US have like this vision, like I throw like a McDonald's bag in the Atlantic or something, that's polluting the sea. Or don't buy plastic straws or something. But the actual like huge majority of pollution comes from like 5 rivers that people just pollute in developing countries.
I'm not surprised. That makes sense. Yeah. So apparently the ambassador, how do you phrase this? The American ambassador to Japan?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Is going to make a trip to Fukushima soon to eat sushi, to show like a symbolic way of saying like, hey, it's safe to eat seafood. Which I don't know, like things like that are so pointless.
Yeah.
But apparently that's going to happen.
It's political like grandstanding.
Yeah. Again, I'm not worried. I think people will hopefully kind of forget about it, and hopefully everything will be a-okay. We don't grow like third eyeballs in 10 years or something.
This might be a very dumb thing for me to say, but like go and like swim in the sea and then look at the sea. Like it is huge.
Yeah.
Like it covers like 80%
right
of the Earth's planet.
Yeah.
So
I think the main thing is some subject matters like radiation.
It's like a buzzword, I think. People hear the word radiation.
There's such a stigma to it that whatever like common sense someone does have, it's often like trumped by
some words just have that impact, don't they?
Like completely like throw out common sense and just get like inundated by like the scary buzzword, like you said.
Yeah.
Because people don't talk about radiation when they like fly to like another country for vacation. Nobody thinks about that.
Well, that's either ignorance or we've kind of just got used to those things.
Well, it's both, I think.
And accepted those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing going on right now. Yeah. But I mean,
what's funny is there was a story on the right that said like sushi lovers or something. I think it was like not the same story.
Yeah.
There you go. Sushi lovers grab last bites as seafood ban hits Japan. Oh, is this related to that?
Let's find out.
No, it is. Yeah, it said Fukushima. Yeah. Okay, it's what you were talking about in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Japanese seafood has always been very popular in the city, but they're not gonna consume it due to the Fukushima nuclear wastewater release. So that means that the actual regular Hong Kong person probably doesn't give a shit about this, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Like, are they rushing to get it before it becomes polluted, or before it's banned? Which?
That's a good question. Well, this person says, I'll keep eating Japanese seafood. It's just that addictive. So I think they're aware of the potential risks.
That means get me that radioactive sushi.
Give me more of that
radioactive
buzz.
Sushi's so damn addictive.
I want that. That Japanese sushi buzz.
Like that radioactive sushi tabi hodai. That's what I want. Can't get enough. Yeah. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
right. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it's such a, you know, open-ended, gray thing that, you know.
I think it's probably more a lot of like governments hating other governments and existing hatred between neighbouring countries,
and instilling those feelings into the people.
That is like at the top, and most regular people do not care at all. We've been living
to be fair, I haven't heard any American news sites talking about this.
I've lived in Japan 11 years. The number of people who've said to me, I hate Korean people, I could probably count on two hands. So, like, they've said it to me.
Yeah.
But not like...
Someone said that to me last week, actually.
Okay,
I don't like Chinese people, they said.
But it's not like a majority. Well, it could be, unless they're keeping it quiet.
I don't think it's the majority.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah. It's always a minority thing. Yeah.
A vocal minority.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you very much. This was an interesting episode.
Quite a bit of racism in this one.
Yeah, so we covered racism.
Not supporting, by the way.
No, of course not.
Debunking, I guess.
Yes. We covered demonic stuffed animals and flying snakes.
Texas woman. Will she ever get with Florida man? Open question to our listeners. What do you think?
I don't think Florida man ever leaves Florida. I think he's
doesn't have to.
He's wombed the tomb.
What if Texas
Florida.
woman goes on vacation?
She could.
Yep.
Yeah.
She just feels like eating oranges and playing golf in her retirement. So just,
I don't think Florida man's hanging around those areas, to be honest. I think he's in the swamps. He's in the swamps or the trailers.
Just sitting on an alligator or something. Hiding in an alligator, waiting to pounce. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there.
All right.
Yep.
Well, until next time.
It's been fun. Been a pleasure.
Yes. Take care.
Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.